Hello, Star Family. Welcome back. This pick a card reading is going to look into your person's perception of you, okay? So whatever the cards show, it will be an indication of perhaps what their perception may be about you. You don't have to agree with it, okay? They could have a certain opinion about you or perception about you. It may not even be accurate according to you, because honestly, you're the only one who knows yourself truly. Other people can have opinions, they can assume whatever they want, but at the end of the day, it's just that their opinion and their perception doesn't always make it accurate. So that's what we're going to look into today. Keep in mind that these are general readings. Of course, they're not going to apply to everybody watching. I certainly wouldn't expect them to. In the event that this particular one does not connect for you, you can always check out my Pick a Card playlist, because I have a bunch of readings there that you can choose from. And you know what? If I'm not the reader for you, that's totally okay as well, because YouTube is full of so many other readers out there. I'm pretty sure there'll be someone out there who has messages you're looking for. Now, these readings they're timeless, okay? So these readings are timeless. Just keep that in mind when you're watching. So at the upload time, you might watch it a couple years down the road. It's really whenever the universe nudges you to watch, that's always going to be the best and appropriate time for you. There may be a message there at that moment. So if you haven't had a chance to meditate on a stack as of yet, I would go back to the very beginning of the video. There are timestamps there for silent meditation where it's quiet, no sound, so that way you can take as much time as you need to focus where necessary, pause where necessary in order to choose your stack. If in that time you feel led to choose more than one stack, always listen to your intuition. Go ahead and do that. That is perfectly okay as well. And when watching for a love or relationship reading, when we're talking about other people, just keep in mind that some roles can be reversed, vice versa, flip-flopped, interchangeable. There might be some things that would describe your person. There might be other tidbits that would describe more of you. So just keep that in mind, and if something doesn't fit, obviously don't make it fit, okay? So with all of that said and put aside, let's go ahead and get right into this reading. We're going to go directly into stack number 1. Stack number 1 is the heart. We have the dragon for 2 and the dagger for number 3. Stack number 1, you chose this heart card, okay? I'm just going to put that off to the side. I'm going to incorporate that into the reading. Before I grab the tarot, though, I have a bunch of oracle cards I kind of want to get on the table first, okay? So we're going to start with that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and grab an oracle card here to kind of look into their perception of you, okay? These are their thoughts, what they perceive of you, just their perception, okay? Oh, wow. Okay, so we have the card self-worth. All right, well, that's not a bad thing, right? If you know your worth, right, they probably see you as knowing your worth. And bear with me 1 second, because I forgot to take off my watch, and it's dangling around here, and I don't want it in the way. Okay. So definitely they're seeing you as having some value, self-worth, right? Either they see you as knowing your worth, all right, or demonstrating to them that you have worth. They also could see you as just basically having value, okay? So I love that so far. Let's see. How they perceive you, what's their perception of you is what we want to look at. Make sure I don't have the whole deck upside down. Okay. So it says, she who questions curiosity, it says curiosity, destiny, and search. Okay. So again, I'm just going to go with the oracle cards. Let's see how they perceive you, their perception of you. Struggle. Right. Let's go for the tarot. How they perceive you. Let's see if we can get 3 cards. Okay. Wow. Oh, look at that. The 9 of Pentacles. All right. Look at that. 8 of Pentacles. And the Hermit. All right. All right. So their perception of you, all right, to me, I think this is beautiful. I think They see your worth, they see your value, they see you as someone who knows their worth, like I said. Very independent. They see you or perceive you to be somebody very independent. Nine of Pentacles energy. Okay. So self-sufficient, self-sustaining. You know how to, hustle, get your work done. They could also see you as hardworking. Okay. They see you with many talents and skills, perhaps. You have a lot to offer, okay, with the Eight of Pentacles. So their perception of you is someone who's hardworking, talented, has a lot to give and a lot going for them with that Nine of Pentacles. Especially, they could also perceive you as someone who doesn't need anyone or need them, let's say, with the Nine of Pentacles. Again, that's super independent energy, right? Because you make your own money, you do your own thing, you know how to support and take care of yourself, right? They also probably perceive you to be somebody very spiritual. Again, the idea of not really needing them, right? So it's like they see your worth, they see how put together you are, right? And it's like, what could this person possibly need from me? She or he, no matter who they are, they have it all. In other words, that's what they're feeling, like you have it all. So what could you possibly need from them? The reason why I say that is because the Hermit energy is also kind of independent. It goes right into its own little shell, cocoon, whatever you want to call it. Very self-sufficient energy. Also, it removes itself from people, things, places, because it knows how to be alone. It knows how to do its thing, not really requiring the help of anyone. Same with the Nine of Pentacles, right? Very spiritual person, super independent. So you could be spiritually independent too, right? Loving yourself, not really needing someone else's energy to kind of sustain you or complete you in some kind of way. Spiritual person, because the Hermit goes inward all the time, right? They could perceive you as being quiet or not really also wanting to reach out or extend your energy to them with this Hermit, because it's a non-action card. So if you and your person perhaps aren't talking right now, they probably see you coming up from the struggle or whatever hardships you've had with this energy here. They could see you making gains in your everyday life, and maybe not focused on them with this Hermit, okay? Because a lot of times a Hermit is focused on self. Why? Because it has to evolve. It has to spiritually grow up and, go inward to become better and to gain insight and answers into its own journey. So it's an energy of being focused on your own self journey with the Hermit. So they see you as doing that. It's amazing, because I'm looking at this like from an outside looking in perspective. This is you, okay, stack number 1 person. You've been through some things, okay, with that struggle card, but it has only, if anything, made you want to get up and keep fighting, is kind of what I'm hearing from this. We get that from the Nine of Pentacles and this hard-working energy of the Eight of Pentacles as well. So, this energy is basically someone who gets knocked down but keeps on getting up and keeps on swinging, So they see that, and I'm just gonna say it. It might be a little intimidating, okay? It might be a little intimidating. I like it though. It says curiosity, destiny, and search. So yeah, search actually really does apply very well with the Hermit, right? Because the Hermit energy is always on a search. So it kind of feels like you're on a search, perhaps, and they perceive this of you. You're on a search to finding yourself, right? And even if you're not with them, it feels like they can sense that, okay? They can sense that, and they see it too. So they have a way of seeing you come up, right? Or have a glow up of some sort, all right? Especially with this. I mean, she's looking kind of cute. So I'm looking at this like, yeah, you know your worth. You know how to keep fighting for the things that you want. They see that as a strength in you, okay? Or they perceive that as a strength. This is really lovely. If actually the destiny, the curiosity, so it's kind of like they perceive you as somebody who always wants to learn and grow, is kind of what I'm getting from this. Always searching to evolve and be better and improve, right? Isn't that what life's all about though, right? It's good. So the Heart card, right? The Heart, This is really awesome because it does speak about having strong emotions, right? It does talk about love. It talks about the heartbeat. All right. And they could perceive you also about being, they perceive you as being a very loving person. This talks about compassion as well. And I'm kind of feeling like you're in their heart. All right. They have you in the heart space. Most definitely have you in the heart space. So it kind of feels like I'm getting the vibe of they have a soft spot for you in their heart. Okay, with that. Not only are you tough, but you also love well. Okay, you love hard. I'm also getting from that, and they perceive that about you. All right, so let's see if we can get another little card here. Let's see. Any other time they're flying out. Okay, well, that flipped over. All right, so that's the mirror energy. Again, you might be their mirror, all right? Or you might have the potential to mirror them in some way. All right, it is about self-reflection, or any reflection, really. You might, reflect things to them. They might reflect things back to you as well. So definitely mirroring energy. And we're talking about perception, right? Perception is what you see in the mirror. So I feel like they've had to take a cold hard look, and maybe even adjust their perception of you, okay, in some way. Because part of me feels like with this card, they might have gotten you all wrong, and everything that they once thought about you, they see now is not what they perceived at first, okay? Because this does talk about reevaluating what you see. So it's kind of giving me that vibe of what they once perceived about you, okay? At the very beginning, perhaps, or at the beginning of your journey with them in some way, their perception of you has changed. They've had to rethink what they thought about you because it feels like they got you all wrong. And it's like now, I don't know why I'm getting the vibe of the heart is kind of feeling that pinch because of that. Like maybe they feel bad for that. I don't know why I'm getting like, and that's a number 11 too. So if maybe your person's your mirror, maybe they could be a twin. I mean, just saying. Hindsight, it's kind of giving me this vibe of like hindsight with the mirror for whatever reason. Hindsight, they look back and they see, wow, I kind of maybe misjudged my person. Okay. I'm going to get a plain card here because I want a little bit more information. So let's see their perception of you. Oh, wow. Do you see that? 2 of Cups. Holy cow. All right. So your person it feels like they got it all wrong. And now they're kind of seeing things maybe the way that they should have. Or maybe the way that they needed to. I do feel like for some of you, okay, this is only going to be for some of you, there is a silence or a separation or an energy of not talking at the moment. Again, non-action, hermit goes inward, doesn't really extend its energy. So I can't help but think that maybe there's some distance, maybe geographical possibly, or just metaphorical distance between you at the moment, maybe a little estranged. But it kind of feels like your person's perception of you now has changed in a way that makes them see your worth, your value, see how strong you are, and how talented and tough you are. Okay, there's this 2 of Cups energy, so I can't help but think of, like I said, I was saying, the possibility with that 11 and the fact that it's the heart, talks about love. The mirroring energy, also twin flame dynamics or any kind of soulmate energy does tend to mirror each other back and forth. It could have been the mirroring aspect maybe in the beginning of your connection that kind of distorted, okay, because sometimes things in the mirror can be very distorting looking. So maybe distorted their perception of you. But it's like now that time, it feels like time has gone by. Now that time has gone by, maybe with that Two of Cups, they're starting to understand, wow, you know, we were two sides of the same coin. We weren't much different from each other. You know, this was somebody who kind of, you know, won my heart. You know, we have the heart here, and then we have the cups, which is the hearts. So yeah, definitely an energy of love, soulmate energy, you know, having that connection. And even if you weren't apart from them, and, you know, maybe if they didn't get you wrong at first, there's, no matter what, they're still looking at your strengths, your worth. They love your panache, like, was it panache? Is it panache? I think that's how you say it. Tenacity, okay? They love that tenacity. They're seeing that here with these two cards. The fact that you gain strength in your struggles, okay? With this energy too, that you have heart, all right? They see that. That's how they perceive you to be. And I could also see it as with the Eight of Pentacles. If this is a connection, you know, obviously on a romantic level, the Eight of Pentacles would also talk about wanting to put the work and the effort and energy into somebody because they see your worth. They see what you bring to the table, what you have to offer, and it's not run of the mill. Okay, you know, it looks like a very special energy, spiritually enlightened energy as well, with the Hermit. Okay. So not only are you beautiful, perhaps, or very attractive with the Nine of Pentacles on the outside, you got a heart of gold over here, and you also have the spiritual, you know, I guess, aura around you that kind of makes you even that much more unique, okay? So you know what? I haven't done the phone in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a song right from my playlist. So if you're not familiar with how I do this, once in a while I'll grab my phone and we'll grab a song from my playlist by clicking shuffle. So I have, as you can see, my like songs. Okay, I have almost 700 songs in here. All right, so we're gonna go here. I'm gonna double check that I have my my sound off, which I do. Right, so what I want is to grab a song that maybe describes or reminds you, or your, I'm going to grab a song, we're going to shuffle and click here, okay? And the song's going to come up down here. We're going to see if we can get a song that would describe you to your person, okay? So maybe a song that reminds your person of you even, okay? Let's see if we can get a song. Brain by Banks. So again, if the title itself doesn't give you a message, then the song lyrics will. So I would always recommend looking up the song lyrics for additional information. Now Banks, I freaking love her, okay? Now this song is very cool. Now, but just from the title alone, I can't help but think that maybe they think you're not only beauty but also brains, and I was kind of getting that vibe, like your outside matches your inside with the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit. Okay, so that is your song stack number 1. Brain is the title, the artist is Banks. She's freaking awesome. So go ahead and look her up, look up that song lyrics to see if there's anything else. But just from the title alone, I can't help but think of like beauty and brains. Okay, so you're not only do you look good, but you're smart, you spiritually got your ish together, right, with the Hermit, and you are just a very strong and hardworking person. Okay, so that does give you value. All right, so stack number 1, this is your reading. If you feel that this has connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell for notification to support this channel so you never miss a video. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, all you have to do is check me out on Etsy, see what readings I have available. Just know that sometimes it looks like nothing's available to book or purchase with me, and that's because my readings are sold out. So that does happen once in a while, okay? So just know that I always repost my readings. All you have to do is check in with me every so often to see what has been made available again, and you could book a reading whenever you feel guided to. Okay, so much love and blessings to you, stack 1. Be safe out there, please. I know this world is crazy right now, so be safe, be well, keep shining. Love you. Stack number 2, you chose the dragon energy. I will incorporate that into the reading the further we go along. We're taking a look at today in regards to your person's perception of you. It's just their perception, so it may not even be accurate according to, you know, your understanding of yourself. Obviously, who's going to know you better but you? So they might have a certain perception of you. It may be on point, it may not, but let's take a look what their perception of you or the thoughts of you might be. All right, so before I grab the tarot, I want to start with some oracle first, okay? So let's see. Stack number 2, your person's perception of you. Their thoughts about you. Let's see. Their perception of you. Let's see. One card. Okay. So I had the whole deck upside down. Okay. Exertion. All right. Let's see. Your person's thoughts and perception of you. Okay, creativity, originality, spontaneity. She who creates. All right. Let's see. Your person's perception of you. Let's take a look. Wow. Oh, exploration. Nice. This is beautiful. All right, let's see. Your person's perception of you. Just get 3 tarot cards. Okay. So we have the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles. That showed up actually in the first stack. So if you were tempted to choose stack 1 but went with 2 instead, just letting you know, 9 of Pentacles showed up there. Okay. So anyhow, just from these cards alone, I'm just going to put it this way. It kind of feels like your person feels like they missed out on you in some way with that 4 of Cups energy. Okay. Your person could be you, even Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus here with the King of Pentacles. Okay. Now, what I see is your person perceives you to be somebody who gives their energy, their time, maybe to the point where it exhausts you. Okay. And I'm only saying that because of this. All right. This exertion. You give a lot of energy to something. Right? So it's like they perceive you as being somebody who gives a lot of time, energy, and effort to the things that you value, in the sense that the things that you want to create, your hustle, your drive, your motivation, your career even. You might be very career driven with that 9 of Pentacles. And they see that about you. They see you or perceive you as always wanting to explore your options and take yourself further. So it's this energy of like a candle burning on both ends, never really wanting to quit or give up. They don't see you as a quitter. Okay? They see you as somebody who always pushes their limits. Now, it kind of feels like with that 4 of Cups, they might have lost out on you, because sometimes that energy does talk about a missed opportunity. Sometimes it's the universe trying to hand you this Ace of Cups, but you're too caught up in your ish and you don't really see what is right in front of you. So for whatever reason, maybe they even perceive you as missing out on them, or not really seeing the love that they have for you right in front of your face too, because that could apply as well. But it kind of feels like they might have missed out on you in some way. Like you were that, what's the word? It's kind of like the secret weapon or something. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. Like you were this unexpected thing that just showed up in their life and maybe took them by surprise with that 4 of Cups. And it's like by the time they got their head on straight about you, it was already too late. Okay. And I don't know why I'm feeling that. I'm kind of feeling that from the 4 of Cups. But then again, like it just feels like something else entirely. Like a specific scenario. So I don't know if someone out there watching experienced that exact same thing. Like it's almost like maybe they fell asleep on you, and then by the time they realized, wow, you had a lot going for you, and that you were someone important to them, you kind of slipped through their fingers for whatever reason. It does feel like that with that Four of Cups, like you slip through their fingers for some reason or somehow. And it's like, oh, I missed the bus on that one. I missed the train, in some way. It also can apply on the flip side. So they could also perceive you as, maybe they were the Ace of Cups that the universe tried to hand them, but maybe you were too busy with your work with the Nine of Pentacles and failed to see them. And maybe the cup of love that they were offering, especially if you didn't have time for a relationship. So, you kind of have to look at it on the other side. But it kind of does feel like Sag number 2, they just perceive you as somebody who gives a lot to whatever they're focused on at the moment. Always looking to explore options, never really looking to settle. And I say that with the exploration, right? And giving your energy to things, that are important to you. And where your focus is, like you see you as somebody, hyper focused on maybe their career, on doing well, on making money. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit in some way, that would definitely show up with the Nine of Pentacles and this King of Pentacles side by side. So they see you as a creative, perhaps, right? You have a unique sense of self, and they perceive you as being super creative and original. You have a spontaneous spirit, again, that always need to explore, never really sit still. You might have this energy, this free-spirited energy that can't really sit down. And who the hell would want to anyway? So it's like there's a big giant world out there, right? It's only natural to want to explore it and broaden your horizons. So they definitely see you or perceive you to be somebody who always wants to take a big bite out of life, not sit still, not settle for less, always want to go, go, go. All right, like I said, that kind of candle burning at both ends. You don't sit still. You're always on the move, on the go. Maybe you like to travel. All right, maybe you're into fitness. Like you like to work out. You like to look good, especially with this, right? Maybe you're always at the gym. Maybe they see you at the gym, right? But it kind of feels like they perceive you to be somebody who, when you have a goal, you go after it. All right. You do what you got to do to make it happen. You don't let the subtle disappointment stop you from achieving a goal. You will give everything you have towards that thing until you see it manifest or happen, right? So very unique energy I'm just feeling, especially from this. The Dragon card does talk about, a self-empowerment kind of energy. It is powerful energy. It is courage as well. So definitely fearless kind of vibe coming from you. And maybe they perceive you to be somebody who's fearless, doesn't really take any shit, you know what I mean? It's basically standing in your own power. Nine of Pentacles also gives off that vibe. Whereas like you stand firm in yourself, who you are. You don't really need things and people or anyone to help you because you got it. You could do it all on your own. So yeah, I definitely see the Dragon card as being that self-sufficient, self-sustaining, along with the Nine of Pentacles, where it's like, I can take care of myself. I'm a big girl, I'm a big boy. I can do my own thing. So definitely see you as, maybe I'm hearing armor. Not sure why. So maybe if they missed out on you with this Four of Cups, or if they're feeling a little downtrodden or dejected in some way in regards to you and the connection, they could definitely see you as not allowing your armor to be pierced, okay? And I'm feeling that from the dragon energy, because when I think of like a reptile or a dragon, I think of like beautiful scales, and those are, or chainmail for that matter, those are quite impenetrable, or they cannot be, they're not easily penetrated, right? So it's kind of like this thing of you just have a focus about you that you're not going to allow people to knock you off your focus, knock you off your course in some way. And it kind of feels like if they missed out on you, they might have tried to get through to you in some way, but you had your armor up, or you had your guard up, perhaps in a protective mode, because I can't help but look at this dragon and feel like, he's there protecting. Think of like gargoyles that are on the outside of like big buildings or churches or medieval, edifices or whatever, right? that energy or that gargoyle is there to protect. And I can't help but look at it that way. So maybe you're protective of your own energy. And if there was somebody that you're curious about and you're watching for this reading, they may have tried to get through, but for whatever reason, you just come off as maybe unapproachable a little bit. But it's just because you know your own power. Okay. So it makes it quite intimidating, but that's not a bad thing. It really isn't, you know. It's just almost like your person needs to be a little bit tougher to get through, right? Nonetheless, King of Pentacles energy, it gives off that same energy of I'm stable, I'm strong, I'm grounded, I'm secure in myself, very confident. So they see you as being super confident, especially with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles together, right? So super confident, maybe can't get through to you, but all for the right reasons, because you're very focused and you're not going to let anybody trip you up off that focus, off your goals. All right, so let's get another one of these. What was that? Oh, look at that. The owl. I love that card. You might have an owl spirit animal, or there might be owls that remind your person of you in some way. But, you know, the owl talks about knowledge, wisdom, discernment, right? So again, it's that wise old owl energy. And if they see you as being that tough old bird, that would explain why the owl's here, right? So, hey, I would see that as a compliment. All right, what? Wisdom, having, oh yeah, and I just got reminded, this does talk about divine feminine energy sometimes, especially when we're looking at a magical aspect, right? So there is a little bit of mystery attached to this. So they might see you as mysterious, having a deep mystery about you, okay? So yeah, and again, that idea of being impenetrable is coming from the owl. Right, there's a vibe around you that's kind of mysterious, doesn't really let people get close. And owls have, you know, they fly at night when it's dark and they can see with very keen perception, right? So you have a penetrating gaze, I think, and they perceive that about you as well. Like, you could probably easily look through people and they can feel that, right? Which doesn't make it easy for them. So I'm also getting that. And the owl talks, again, I'll go back to feminine energy, you know, intuitive energy, all right? Discernment, again, it all ties into each other. So you might be very highly intuitive and they perceive that about you, they pick that up about you, and it kind of makes it feel impossible, right? To kind of let anything slip past you. So I'm going to get a playing card here. So again, their perception of you. And I can't help but think of a little bit of witchy vibes coming from the owl too. So if any of you are into, you know, witchy things like me, that would also be why that's there. Okay, think of High Priestess. Okay, whenever I see the owl, I can't, for whatever reason, can't help but think of High Priestess energy. Wow. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles confirmed. The Nine of Pentacles. All right. So Nine of Pentacles twice. Again, it's just, I think, reiterating the idea that you just have this this self-sustaining vibe about you, right? And not only that, you're maybe somebody who, you know, works hard for the things that they have, looks good too, because the Nine of Pentacles always, you know, comes off as an attractive energy, but super stable and grounded with the earth. So very secure and stable, confident in who you are. Again, that's just being reiterated here. So you know what I'm going to do? I haven't gotten songs in a while, or haven't used my phone for divination on the shuffle option for a while. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to double check I have my volume down because I don't want to get a copyright strike. I'm going to go to my like songs. So for any of you who are not familiar with what I do on my channel, sometimes I'll grab my phone, we'll pick a song or get a song using the shuffle option, right? I have from my liked songs list, I have 679 songs. So we're going to go there. Okay. What I'll do is I'll, get a song by asking, for a song. We'll click shuffle, right? And then the song is going to appear down here. So what we're going to ask is to get a song about you, like a song that perhaps describes you to your person, right? So let's see if we can get a song that would describe you to your person. All right. So shuffle. Fall in Love. Okay, Fantagram. Oh, I love this song. That's a really good one. So your person might have love for you. They might be in love with you. They might be falling in love with you just from the title alone. But I would also recommend looking up the lyrics, because if you don't get a message in the title by itself, there will always be something there in the lyrics as well. And if you get nothing from this, from the song or the title or lyrics, then you know what? I just introduced you to some new music. So what's it going to hurt, right? So anyhow, that's the song for you. They might be in love with you. I could also see it as, again, the idea that they missed out on you in some way. They had a chance with you, but missed out, right? And they might be in love with you still, all right, just from the title alone. So with all of that, I'm going to leave you here, stack number 2. If you feel that this has connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, click that bell for notification to support this channel and so you never miss a video. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, all you have to do is check out my Etsy shop, see what readings I have available. Just know that there are times when it looks like there's nothing in my shop. It's because they were sold out. The readings were sold out, but I always do relist and repost my readings once they've been completed for people who have purchased previously. It's just my way of managing my time and also keeping my turnaround time for readings fairly short. So I don't want anyone ever waiting like a month, 2 months, or something ridiculous like that to get a reading from me. So that's just my way of managing it, so no one ever has to wait longer than necessary, okay? So I'll leave you here, stack number 2. Keep shining. Please be well. Be safe out there, all right? Much love to you. Stack number 3, you chose this dagger card, okay? And I will incorporate that into the reading the further we go along. This is your tarot, but I do want to grab from the oracles first, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to look at your person's perception of you. Their perception of you. Let's see. Okay. Kindness. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's see. Their perception of you. Let's see if we can get one card. She who hopes, love, hope, relationships. Okay. Renee. So somebody's name might be Renee. All right. So their perception of you. Resentment. Okay. That would explain maybe why the dagger's here. All right. Let's see. Their perception of you. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Tower, and the King of Swords. Okay. All right, this is quite fascinating, and I don't see it in a bad light. I know we have the resentment energy, and I know we have the dagger here, but I don't see it in a bad light. This is basically telling me that they do perceive you as having some resentments towards them, okay? But nonetheless, you might have resentments towards them. This is what I'm feeling, okay? And your person could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius over here. We also have the Ace of Swords kind of confirming more air sign energy. You know what's crazy? Wait a minute here. The Ace of Swords and the dagger. Okay, very similar in image alone, right? But I do feel that they do see you or perceive you to have resentments towards them. But, okay, probably with just cause. all right? Probably with a very good freaking reason, all right? Or it could be maybe they have, I don't know, it could be flip-flop, vice versa. Like I always say in the beginning of my readings, it could be the other way around. Maybe they have resentments towards you. That's possible, right? But we're asking about their perception of you. So I want to keep it streamlined in that direction. There were definitely some betrayals and energy of like being backstabbed with the dagger. So somebody got backstabbed. I don't know who it is or what happened. Somebody got backstabbed, okay? Someone is holding resentments. I do believe that they're seeing it as you holding resentments towards them. If they betrayed you, I would understand why you would hold resentments towards them, okay? But just in general, somebody got backstabbed. Somebody was betrayed with that little dagger card. Maybe there was, you know, anger. Sometimes this talks about aggressive behavior or aggression, okay? So somebody got angry with someone else, maybe has resentment, maybe for the way they were treated or for whatever went down, all right? But nonetheless, it kind of feels like if somebody is resenting the other person, there was probably a just reason for it. The reason why I say that is because the Ace of Swords is here, okay? The Ace of Swords is always showing or shedding the light on a situation. It brings clarity and truth and facts to a situation. Sometimes it reveals things that were hidden because it cuts through the clouds and confusion of a situation that doesn't allow you to see, and then boom, you know, it sheds the light, right? In a sense where you gain clarity, you gain perspective with the Ace of Swords. You finally understand things, right? It gives you that epiphany moment where you were missing it before. I feel like some truth was revealed with the Ace of Swords. And somebody, because of the truth that came out, has a just reason for being angry, feeling betrayed, or for having and harboring resentment, okay? Resentment isn't a healthy thing. We obviously got to get to a point where we can forgive, let it go, and move on so we can heal. But it's a process, right? Like everything. Every healing is a process. So I don't blame if somebody was backstabbed and betrayed or just let down in a severe way by someone else in this connection, okay? I don't blame the resentment because that's part of what you go through. You go through the anger. You get ticked off. You know what I mean? You go through all those emotions and then eventually those will heal, but it's a process, right? So I don't blame anybody for feeling what they feel when they've been hurt. Right. I do think that there was some kind of shocking situation that occurred perhaps with this tower energy, right? And the tower comes in and kind of shakes things up. It's a shake up to wake up. That's what I always call it. A shake up to wake up. It shakes up things because the foundation of a situation was false in some way. And it had to come crumbling down because you couldn't build anything. You can't build anything secure and safe for the long term with that energy in, you know, it's like it's almost like living a lie. And sometimes the universe has to shake you awake so you can see the truth. Ace of Swords. So somebody had a revelation that woke them up to the truth, right, of a matter. And it doesn't feel like it was a pretty situation. So it's kind of like, you know, your person is perceiving it as, you know, oh yeah, you know, you, stack number 3, might hold resentment towards them, right? Because of something you found out about them, perhaps with these 2 cards that kind of brought the truth to light. And with the King of Swords, it's this steely exterior, right? But it's because it operates through the lens and the eyes of logic, reason, rationale. It doesn't allow the heart to get stirred up to influence its choice, its decision, right? So I kind of feel like they're perceiving you as having a steely demeanor, okay? With that King of Swords, now that you know the truth about them, about something, their perception is that you are unyielding or will not yield or allow the heart to get stirred to influence your decision or your choice. All right, moving forward, there was definitely a shift or a change, some kind of transition with the Tower energy that put things on a different path between you and your person, perhaps the person you're inquiring about, right? But nonetheless, despite the fact that you might have a very big reason to be angry, to resent them, perhaps, or to have your walls up and have a steely, ice cold demeanor towards them, right? They see you as somebody who maybe has a kindness about them, and maybe it was that kindness that they perhaps, or someone in this connection, took advantage of. Okay, that's why the kindness is here. You're tough, but you're kind. Like, you kill them with kindness. You also may be someone who will give the shirt off your back. You might extend yourselves, overextend yourselves. You might be a very giving energy to people. But it could be that it feels like someone took advantage of that, right? Someone took advantage of someone else's kindness in this situation. It could be that, you know, they perceive you as someone who is kind, gives extremely to those that they care and love, okay? But it's also the vibe of, now they know, I'm kind of getting the vibe that someone now understands, do not mistake my kindness for weakness, okay? This is what I'm getting. They know that now. That's what I'm feeling from this. They see it now. They know it now. That they mistook your kindness for weakness. Okay? I know that was a lot to explain. You might have been in a relationship, obviously, maybe a love relationship, romantic relationship with this person. You probably had hope for them. All right? Had hope for the connection. But I do feel like somebody was let down, betrayed, mistook, you know, someone else's kindness for weakness. The truth came out about a situation and brought that crumbling down. It revealed the truth and brought it almost feels like it brought just everything to the forefront where it could no longer be ignored. And it's like whatever hope you had or someone had for the future in this connection kind of like came crashing down. Somebody learned some information with that Ace of Swords. So let's see if we can get a card, another card. Okay, so definitely a masculine energy here. Okay. We do have a king, right? They're not gender specific, but this is kind of emphasizing that, you know, it could be a divine masculine energy. Because the boy, you know, obviously it is a boy. But the boy energy does talk about playful energy, curiosity, right? Oh, kind of like a wild nature, untamed energy. And we have the ear. Okay, so I can't, for whatever reason, I can't help but think of the Ace of Swords as truth, right? And then the ear talks about gossip, hearing through the grapevine, right? So there might have been something that someone learned or heard through the grapevine about someone else that led to the truth coming out. And I'm hearing regrets. So somebody is regretting that they didn't treat you kinder, or that they mistook your kindness for weakness in some way. It's almost like I'm getting the vibe someone's paying the price for this now. Okay, just putting it out there. That's what I heard. So yeah, with the ear energy, you know, it talks about news. It talks about hearing things, you know, again, an awareness. So it's like you can't unknow what you know now kind of thing is what I'm getting from this. You know, if your divine masculine betrayed you in some way, you might have heard it down through the grapevine. You know, it could work the other way as well. Divine masculine or not, doesn't matter. Somebody got betrayed in this situation and they heard about it, and it's kind of like having regrets of having done what they did, because they see now that, you know, you were a very kind, loving energy. You wanted something, or you hoped for something with them. It almost is feeling like, you know, the tower energy talks about a foundation. Yes, a foundation that has been shook up, but nonetheless, it was wanting a foundation with your person. All right, so let's see. They perceive you as somebody standing in the truth now and not yielding to anything else but the truth and the facts. Okay, you won't accept anything but that now. It's like they kind of see it as also, now that you know, you can't unknow it. So what else is there to say other than the truth? It's like they can't, it almost feels like they can't come to you unless it's with the truth. Okay, so let's see if we can get another card here. This is interesting. I will say that. All right, so we have the King of Wands energy. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, that could be you, that could be them somewhere in the chart. Wow. Okay, so I'm feeling like this passionate energy, but also, and I don't know if this is, you know, I feel like some of your energy is creeping in here too. Okay, even though we're asking about their perception of you. That King of Wands energy is super passionate, right? But at the same time, it's this, you know, if you look, think of fire, okay? Fire can be destructive. So it is fire energy, right? So I can't help, that's what I'm getting from this. It's so weird. Like, I'm just seeing somebody, okay, with, and yeah, this happens with me. Sometimes I'll get images in my head, right? So for whatever reason, this is what I'm getting with the King of Wands. I'm getting the idea of somebody is standing there, gritting their teeth, angry as all hell, okay? Fire, like, ready to, like, shoot out their eyes. Smoke coming out of their ears. You know, like, that's the kind of thing I'm getting. Somebody's really angry, okay? Somebody's really angry. And, you know, fire is passionate that way. Passion, you could be passionately angry. So I'm just feeling like somebody's really upset, okay? They probably perceive you as being angry with them, but justly so, all right? Rightly so. So let me grab one. I'm going to grab one more because this is interesting. All right, so we have the Fool. Full energy is about starting on a new journey. It's brand new energy. So if you had this tower moment explode, right? Like if you had an explosive situation with a certain person, and because this is so unique, I don't think this is going to apply with everybody, especially not. There's probably going to be a very rare few of you where number 3 is going to stick. But I feel like if something exploded and that whole ish with your person came crashing down, somebody's starting over. And, you know, we're asking about how your person perceives you. So it definitely could be that you're on your own. You're starting over here. Okay, you're starting over. You're doing your own thing. The jig is up. Everything came crumbling down. The truth is out now. You're angry, but at the same time, you're moving on with that Fool energy, looking towards the future. You're not trying to look back. You're trying to let go of the baggage. I think somebody has regrets though, because you were kind, you were loving, you were trying to build something with them, but they took advantage of that. Someone took advantage of it, and now you're just ticked off. So that's what I'm getting from this. And they perceive you as being angry as hell. So they're not going to try to, it's like, what could, yeah, there's nothing that they could say. The truth is out now, is what I'm getting from this. And they know it. And they mistook your kindness for weakness. They took advantage of your kindness, your love. So you're releasing the baggage with the Fool, because the Fool does not carry baggage into the future. He tries to, you know, let that energy go, because he's not, you know, it's harder to take steps towards something new if you're being held back by the past. So they perceive you, your person perceives you as moving on because you're angry, right? So I want to get a song. I haven't done this in a while, as I was explaining to the other stacks. So if you're not familiar with my channel, I do shuffle. I get divinate, or I use my phone as divination, okay, by using the shuffle on my playlist, right? So I have about, I don't know if you can see that, I have 679 songs on my playlist, right? My like songs. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to go to the like songs, right? And what I do is, in order to get a song for you, I click the shuffle, the song comes down here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to ask for a song that basically describes you to your person, okay? So a song that describes you to your person in some way, all right? And if it's not going to be a description, maybe a song that'll just deliver a message for you. I always say that, there's usually a message in the title. If there's not a message in the title of the song itself, it will be somewhere in the lyrics. And I always encourage you to go look up the lyrics yourself to glean additional messages. And you know what? If the song doesn't apply at all for you, that's fine. I just introduced you to some new music, so it's all good, right? So let's see. Let's see if we can get a song from your person, or a song that describes you to your person. A Gemini. Wait a minute here. Didn't I say, wait, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, we have the King of Swords here. Okay. Let me open this up because I'm not sure if that's the title or the artist. So Gemini featuring George Maple. You know what? I think I'm not 100% familiar with this song. I have so many songs on here. What So Not, George Maple. What So Not is the album featuring George. Well, maybe What So Not is the song title. Dang it, I want to listen to this so bad to get reminded of it. Okay, but your person could be a Gemini, you could be a Gemini. So I think that, if anything, is a message in itself. I would always recommend looking up, though, the lyrics for additional messages, all right, to glean more information from the song itself. And again, if it doesn't connect, that's fine. I just introduced you to some new music, all right? So it's still a win-win. All right, stack number 3, I'm going to leave you here. This is your reading. If you feel that this has connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. So like, share, subscribe, right? Click that bell for notification so you never miss a video, and also to help support this channel. And if you want to book up reading with me, all you have to do is check me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy shop is down below in the description box. It's just a matter of visiting my shop, seeing what readings I have available, and you could book a reading whenever you feel led to. Just know, though, there are times when my readings are sold out, okay? And it may look as if nothing is available, but that's why. So I always do repost my readings as soon as they've been completed for those who have purchased last. It's just my way of managing my time and making sure that no one is waiting an excessive amount of time to get a reading delivered from me. Candle went out at the last minute. And you guys know me. I always replace my candles when they go out. Nonetheless, check me out. See what I have available. And you could book a reading whenever you feel guided to. So much love to you, okay? Be safe out there. Take care. Be well. And keep shining.